I read something the other day about Spurgeon, and basically what he said was that when I regarded God as a tyrant, I thought sin a trifle. But then when I knew him as a father, I found him kind, good, overwhelming with compassion, such grace that could never be found anywhere else, such grace that could save even the worst of sinners. And I think the thing is that what I'm trying to say to you is don't look at my testimony and think what a great testimony. Don't look at my testimony and think what a great story. Look at God's grace and realize that the person that you would never have allowed in your house, or maybe even never allowed in your church, has been saved by God's grace. And I used to stand up on the street and tell people about God, and they'd come up to me and they'd say, "Oh, I'm not good enough to be saved." And then we'd tell stories to each other. We'd first of all, I'd say to him, "Why?" And he'd say, "Well, I'm a drug addict." And I'd say, "Well, I've been there." "Well, I'm an alcoholic." "Well, I've been there." "I'm a thief." "I've been there." And we'd work all the way down the line, and every answer that they came out with, I could find an answer for them as an evil person. And we even went down to the point of, I stopped them in their tracks by turning around and saying, "Did your mother go to prison?" And they were quite indignant, and they'd say, "No." And I said, "Well, mine did." And then I would turn around and say to them, "See, there is nobody that can be saved so bad that they can't be saved by God's grace. And if you're listening to this now, please, please, please think about this. That you're going to go one day to a place I really don't want you to go. I don't want my worst enemy to go if I had one. I certainly don't want my loved ones to go, you to go, people that I live next door to go. I want them to come to heaven. And all you need to do, and it really is this easy, is ask Jesus into your life. Don't leave it till late. Don't leave it till tomorrow. Because as with me and doing stupid things in the past, I might have not had time tomorrow. It might have been today that I lost my life. It might have been today that I fell off that building. And I'd have been in hell. And I don't want you to go there. I want you to come with me to be in glory with Jesus. There is nothing you can do, nothing you can say, no sin so bad, and I know many of them, but there's no sin so bad that Jesus wouldn't and haven't and is willing and was willing to give his life for you. So please, don't think that you're too bad. You never are. But I tell you something now, and even if you don't know him and love him, the one thing I know about Jesus is that he knows and loves you. So give your life to Jesus. Just go and ask him into your life. You don't have to, nothing dramatic. You don't have to go and ask somebody. You don't have to read these huge prayers. I didn't. I just walked into a church one day and I was asked the question, did I want Jesus and did Jesus want me? And I answered yes to both. And it was fantastic.